Pisces, hello, welcome to Hype Man Messages. I'm Alvin, if you don't know my name. Gracias por invitar. Gracias por venir. The intention of this message is to give you some astrological components and astrological aspects that are going on in the sign of Pisces for the full moon in Cancer that's taking place on the 29th of December. 3 days before, 3 days after, and then we'll pull a little mini reading here, 3 cards with some oracle cards, and if the message resonates with you, awesome. So let's talk about the full moon in Cancer that's taking place on the 29th, right? It's definitely a time of completion. It is in the sign of Cancer, so it is going to be, intense emotions. Us water signs, we can be emotional in some sense, but it's more we're reflecting. What did you learn from this? It's going to have you reflect on what you learned. What have you changed this year? What have you learned this year? Are you breaking the expectations that you had? Did you exceed expectations on your goals that you had? On your achievements that you wanted to do? Did you grow this year? Did you grow? This moon happens every single year at the end of the year because it's time to reflect. You're starting to get emotional on New Year's Eve because you're like, oh my God, it's such a great year or it's such a bad year. So now you're reflecting on the entire year. But this cycle has been a 6-month cycle. So think about what's going on in July, specifically July 20th. That was the new moon in Cancer. And now it's finally made its way to a full moon in Cancer on the 29th. So whatever kind of energies or situations or conversations or things that might have come up in July are now coming to a completion, but it's a completion in the sense of like a pinnacle, like you're reaching the point, the top point of it, or the climax of it, or you're reaching a breaking point into achieving something in that sense. Sometimes it can be a time of crisis because things need to reach its peak before it goes down. So expect surprises, expect the unexpected. It's also showing you, reflecting on how you react to certain situations. Are you still reacting the same way? Are you still responding the same way? Did you grow? The same situation is coming up over and over again. I don't know why that situation is coming up over and over again. It shouldn't be, but now it is. Are you reacting differently? Are you responding differently? If you are, that's growth. Sorry. You just messed up my... There we go. And specifically for Pisces, this is taking place in your 5th house of love, romance, children, and fun. So you're reflecting from July, specifically for you and for Sagittarius, I think it was. It might have been Capricorn. You are reflecting from things that started in July. So think about that. Something is ending. Closure of a creative project is going to bring good news. So it's not closing because it's done or the chapter's closed or it's not happening. No, it's bringing you good news, but it's finally coming to a closure. If it was a project you were working on, a contract, a deal, something spiritual, something hobby, something work, something educational, it's coming to an end, right? There's also going to be a social moment with family and siblings. So keep that in mind. It's also affecting your family, your house with family, and your house with siblings. So there's going to be some sort of social aspect. Like, don't be surprised if like last minute you're having a New Year's Eve party. A New Year's Eve party with your family and you didn't even realize that it was going to happen. Unexpected romance to... be open to unexpected romance and new innovative experiences. Now, if you're open to like these romantic aspects, like it might be something different, it might be something new, like a different type of relationship, the results will be worth it. So it's only going to start in December or around this time, or January too, but the results at the end will be worth it if you're open to it and being optimistic to this love opportunity, this different type of love opportunity. Cool. So let's pull some messages here for you. We'll pull three oracle. From animal spirit, we have wolf spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. So there's something here that you learn. You learn something here that now you have to put into play. You will be called to action to use your knowledge, use your wisdom, use your whatever it is that you're good at, people are going to come to you and ask you. There's going to be a moment where they're going to be like, hey, we need your advice. Why are they asking you? Because you know the answer. This is your profession. This is what you do. This is your niche, right? From the moon deck, look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. The situation is, all right, so it might be something someone's going to ask your advice, or you might need to put your knowledge into work. You need to see the bigger picture. Long term, I'm seeing long term. If it's not long-term project, or there's not long-term goals there, you don't have time to be setting on like short-term goals. Tend to the, I was just about to say tend to the small things, because small things lead to the big things. But in this situation, look at the bigger picture, whatever it might be. Whatever this is that you're putting your knowledge into, see the big picture. From my Island Wellness Love deck, outdated thinking. Okay, outdated, because the cassette. Outdated thinking, replaying events over and over in your head. So now, we're also in the age of Aquarius. All of the planets are now going into Aquarius. The Great Conjunction happened in Aquarius. Aquarius is a time for innovation, and if you have old beliefs, this might go well with this. If you have old belief systems on how things should be ran, or I used to do things like this, and I'm going to stick to that for the rest of my life, you will be left behind. You will be left behind, especially when it comes to equality and the way that things are done. And if you've done things for so long this way and you realize it's not working that way anymore, 2020 COVID happened, nothing is going to work the same way that it worked before 2020. It's not going to work anymore. If you got a job like this, and this, that's not how you're going to get a job now. If this is how you used to go up the ladder, or this is how you used to date back then, I promise you, your outdated beliefs and your outdated ways of thinking, you playing this over and over and over in your head, oh, this is how it's going to happen, this is how it's going to happen, it's not going to work. Be optimistic, think bigger, and now it's time to use your brain. Probably like situations and situations that might have come up that you know how to multitask, or you know how to escalate, you know how to handle escalated situations, because in the past you've gone through so many situations, right? So now you have all this knowledge in your mind. Now it's time for you to put it to work, because if you're playing an outdated system in your mind, it's not going to work. It's not. Be open to change, and that goes for love. Unexpected romance. Be open to a new, innovative experience. What the fuck does that mean? I'm guessing like it's going to be an online, like you're going to date somebody online, like you never thought. I'm like, I can't date somebody online, or long distance. If you're actually open to a new innovative experience, I'm thinking innovative, like what's innovation, like, texting, messaging, internet, results will be worth it. Let's pull from the Angel Wisdom Tarot, just 3 cards. Overall message, how you should perceive this message, and what's the underlying message that we're not seeing. Knight of Wands. You're on a journey here. Passionate, confident, charismatic, events requiring immediate action. There's movement here. You're moving, you're running, you're hustling. Trust your instincts, stay focused, and a passionate relationship approaches. If this is a love aspect, someone's coming towards you that's very passionate, or you're the passionate person. You are, or you're on a mission to you're looking at the bigger picture for something that is creative, that sparks your mind, that is lighting a fire under your ass, right? Someone lit a fire under you and you're just like, I'm going, I'm taking action, I'm gonna move on it, I'm making it happen. It can be a person that's coming into your life, or it can be a situation, something that you're working on personally. How should we perceive this card? You're learning, Page of Pentacles. You have to learn, whatever this fire creative desire is, it also means sexual desires, you're learning about it. You're like, okay, I wanna press on this. Let's just say you wanna change what you do. I wanna do this, or you have a new project you wanna work on. You have to go and do some homework. Put some hours into it, maybe get a class, do something different. You have to do the work. And you're making it happen. What's the underlying message that we're not seeing? Seven of Pentacles. You're planting your seeds for the long term. You're putting the hard work in. See the bigger picture, right? So if you have to make a decision, like, hey, do we do a short-term goal decision, or do we do something that's going to benefit for the long term? Planting your seeds for the long term. Plant your seeds now so that in 7 years, 6 years, next year, you can reap the rewards. Small-term goals are not going to get you anywhere here. Okay, this is going outdated thinking. You need to think for the long term. And I'll read you what this says. Seeds well planted, efforts or investments that will be rewarded in the future. The need for patience, a time for resting and planning for the future. Unnecessary worry. Don't worry about it. Just do what you got to do and leave it. Wipe it with your hands clean because you're probably going to need it later on. What kind of animal spirit is walking alongside you during this time? Lizard spirit, dream the world into being. You have dreams, dream on it, put it into existence, plant the seeds. Just if small little things lead, again, this is where the small things lead to the big things, but you have to see the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? What can I do now to get to the bigger picture, right? And that might be tending to the small things, planting seeds now. That might not have anything to do with your life now, but in 5 years it will, in 7 years it will, in 7 weeks it will. Lizard spirit, just keep dreaming. So as you're going through all of this, whether you're having to make a decision or you're changing your belief systems or how things are supposed to be done, just know that as long as you keep your dreams in the forefront, it will manifest to whatever it is that you want. You're learning about it, you're turning your knowledge into wisdom, you're getting rid of your old beliefs and outdated thinking that's out the window. All the planets that are going into alignment, into Aquarius, like I said, that alone, there's going to be no blocks for anybody. So I don't want to hear like, oh, Mercury's in retrograde, my communication sucks. Nothing. There is literally forward movement. After Uranus, it's in January, Uranus goes direct. There's no planets. There's nothing stopping anybody from doing anything. A lot of people are going to get a level up. A lot of people are going to develop. So you're not going to be the only one, by the way. A lot of people are going to get what they've been waiting for. And there's going to be a huge emphasis on humanitarian aspects, rights, civil rights, women's rights, LGBT rights, a lot, rights, political things going straight forward, things just working out for everyone. So I hope this message resonates with you, and I will see you next time, Pisces.